The 10th commandment is, thou shalt not covet, or you shall not desire those things that belong to other people. You know, covetousness is maybe one of the subtlest of all sins, because compared to things like theft and adultery and rape, it seems pretty trivial. But if you think about it, before a man steals, he covets. He wants that thing he doesn't have. Before he commits adultery, before he rapes, he covets that woman. And that's what covetousness is. It's like the spark that lights the fuse to sin. And you don't have to dig very deep to find it in each one of us.
Yeah. A lot of men are coveting when the word of God says we should be content in whatever state we're in. We see something, then we gotta have it. Then we turn into a five-finger bandit, grab and snatch it. You see, it will lead to a felony. Covetousness is the bedfellow of jealousy and greed. It brought King David to his knees, ruined his life the night he desired Uzziah's wife. We've seen. You can easily forget the king, cause you're not worshiping the creator but the created thing. Coveting opens the door to so much more sin that's in your indoor corridor. I see, you wanna be like the rapper on TV, but actually the majority don't really drive a Bentley. But you wanna be rich and have a reputation, forsaking your soul and selling it to Satan. You're making a plot to accumulate a lot, but on the day of judgment, riches profit not. So keep yourself under control, for what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?
Covetous gives birth to greed and jealousy also. You know, Bob Hope once said a funny thing, isn't that interesting? He said this. He said, all I want out of life is a little old garden, a little old cottage, and a couple of little old oil wells out the back. Now that's humorous, but it really does sum up how most of us feel. We find it very difficult to stay content, especially in the society in which we live. The whole advertising industry plays on covetousness. I mean, if you got this model's car, wait till next year. And greed so easily arises in our heart. This is what happened with King David. Remember, he was walking the rooftops when he should have been out in the heat of battle, and he coveted his neighbor's wife and he took it to himself. It was covetousness that started the sin that was in his heart. Matthew Henry said an interesting thing about covetousness.
Yeah, Matthew Henry said something that strikes to my heart, because who of us can say that at some time or another in our lives we've never been discontent with what we have, and we're always looking to see who's got something better than we do. Matthew Henry said, the 10th commandment strikes at the root, thou shalt not covet. The others forbid all desire of doing what will be an injury to our neighbor, like stealing, lying. But this commandment forbids all wrong desire of having what will gratify ourselves. You know, I find that if a person understands that he's a murderer, understands that he's a thief or an adulterer, it's not difficult for them to see that they need God's forgiveness. But the most difficult person to reach is that one that thinks that he's good. He thinks that by nature he's got a good heart, a heart of gold. A little lie here or there, it's only natural, and he doesn't do it very often. That's called self-righteousness, thinking that you yourself are righteous and that you don't need God's forgiveness in a big way. The only way to reach a person like that is with the law. The law was made for sinners to bring the knowledge of sin and make it exceedingly sinful